Willem Van Dedem's collection encompassed all the glories of the Golden Age. He was interested in every aspect of painting in his native land. I sense that he felt that his collection was part of his Dutchness. Willem Van Dedem was a man who knew. He was tall, he was imposing, but once you got to know him, you just knew that any minute now those features would break into a broad smile. He came from a dynasty of Rotterdam businessmen. He applied the same principles to the collecting of Dutch and Flemish masters as he did to business. He took advice, but in the end, he relied on his own judgment. We have this beautiful little almost miniature still life by Clara Peters, painted in around 1618. A still life of flowers in a vase, but surrounded with a trompe-l'oeil of insects. We have this glorious painting by Jan Brueghel the Elder and Hendrik van Balen of Diana and her nymphs with all the trophies of the chase. It's a confident picture that speaks of a city that had no doubt about its own importance and about the pleasures of life which were to be enjoyed. We have this painting by Peter Brueghel the Younger, who was the brother of Jan Brueghel the Elder, of Christ and the woman taken in adultery. And from around the same time, Rubens' oil sketch of the Crucifixion. Rubens was the first great artist to use oil sketches as a vital part of his working method. They have the same spontaneity and vivacity as a drawing often does, and you can feel the work of the brush creating an image usually very economically. It is Rubens caught in the act of creation. Balthazar van der Ast painted this lavish still life of flowers in the city of Utrecht in 1622. He was the most accomplished of the Dutch painters of still life at the beginning of the century. You can feel the pleasure that he had in creating this painting, which looks today pretty much as it would have done the moment it left his easel. A microscopy and magnification was first becoming widely available in Flanders at the beginning of the 17th century. So artists were obsessed with creating miniature images, and the public was obsessed in appreciating and enjoying them using magnifying glasses. On one side of this little oval piece of copper, Jan van Kessel painted a miniature flower piece. On the other side of it, González Cox painted a portrait of a young man. It's clearly a love token. It's a wonderful idea. Lucas van Valkenburg went out of Frankfurt into the countryside in the hills and drew and painted sights in this beautiful little miniature panorama from 1595. Baron Van Dedem loved the art market. He enjoyed the pursuit of paintings and he enjoyed buying them. I'm sure he'd be happy to see part of his collection returning to the art market and giving the opportunity for other collectors and new generations of collectors throughout the world to acquire beautiful works.